pins. Pin trading. Awesome pin right here. Pins. Awesome pin. Pin trading. So I think there was a little bit of talk. I know I saw some on social media about pin trading. It was definitely alive and well. It was the most I had seen it in any of the Olympics this year. So it's a very cool phenomenon that happens in the Olympic Village, maybe for a number of reasons. Some of it is you're just in this giant mosh pit, so to say, of all the countries. You have 180 plus countries all there in the village staying together, and everybody's kind of stressed and anxious because it's the biggest competition of your life. It's kind of a good outlet. It's a chance to meet people, talk to them, something to do to take your mind off of the biggest competition and the anxiety around that. I think, as far as I know, it's gone back to the early 60s. I know I've seen 1964 Tokyo pins. My uncle was in the 88 and 92 Olympics, and he was doing a lot of pin trading even then. I've got pins from Rio, from Tokyo, and from Paris, and I even have a couple cool ones from the future. LA 2028 pins are a hot commodity right now. For me, the dream would be to make it to LA 2028 and retire as an American Olympian on home soil. That's the dream. And of course, get in some quality pin trading. Let's dive into it, kind of how it works, what pin trading is all about. Kind of looking at which countries you might like, what countries' pins you're interested in getting. And I'll also preface this with a big thing that, in my opinion, is a part of pin trading is not really caring too much about a country's certain political actions or whatever it might be. Like if you have a government that you disagree with or political actions you might disagree with, I would say that's not a reason not to trade pins with someone. That person is been training their whole life to be in the Olympics. They didn't control where they were born, who they compete for. Refusing to trade with someone out of political motives, whatever it might be, I think is against the Olympic spirit, against pin trading. The whole thing is to get there and celebrate unity. 2016 was my first Olympics. I didn't do a ton of pin trading, but I have some pretty cool ones. So in the village, usually people put them on your credential. You have to take your credential everywhere. You pretty much have it with you everywhere you go. Your room key is on it, usually. You put your pins that you want to trade on it, and you wear it. People can see like, oh, this person's trading pins.
Come on over here.
And I can say like, they can point to whichever one they want to trade. So this is my 2016 Rio lanyard. These are all my 2016 pins. Some cool ones if you want to zoom in. Some notable ones from 2016. So that's the 2016 Brazil. That's their mascot that Brazil had for the home Olympics. Bermuda with the sun with 2016. And then there's a lot of pins that aren't even necessarily country affiliated, like World Olympians Association. We got Irish Athletics. Anti-doping, always a fun one. When you go through drug testing after competing, they got anti-doping pin. Team GB, so Great Britain always has pretty cool pins. There's a Team GB pin with the rings in 2016. So the most sought after pins will usually have an identifier for the country, whether it's their flag, their emblem, in this case Team GB lion. So this was the US pin that we traded. American flag, Brazil flag, United States Olympic Team Athletics. This is my pride and joy from 2016, the Cayman Islands sea turtle.
You are mine!
Cayman Islands doesn't send a ton of athletes, and so they're always very rare, hard to get, and they always have cool pins. They're always, as far as I know, sea turtle themed, so they're a hard one. I really like this Ireland pin as well. Then there's always some just interesting pins along the way. Rio Games 2016 diplomatic security pin. So when I went to media, it's very locked down, tight security. They have diplomatic security working at the NBC studio there. And so I have an NBC pin as well. Also, another thing I left off, there's two different sets of pins usually. You have national pins, or like Olympic Committee pins, and then you have NGB, National Governing Body pins. So there's your Irish Olympic team pin, and there's their NGB pin. So that's all the athletes on the team have that to trade. The athletes that are in athletics or track and field trade Athletics Ireland pins. So as an American, like, you could get into collecting American pins at a given games. I have a couple of them out here. So like here is, let's see, this one is USA Water Polo, Tokyo. So 2020 USA water polo, 2020 Tokyo USA volleyball. So in Rio, I kind of got started, and I'll lay out some cool pins that I have from Tokyo next. All right, so I laid out my Tokyo pins. Definitely collect a little more in Tokyo. Start with the set. So this is the Athlete 365 set. You do it when you complete the Pin Quest. It's a game that you actually download on your phone in the village. This one, the official participation pin for 2020. I laid out a couple of the USA pins, volleyball, a Hello Kitty pin for USA Rugby, water polo. I really like the Team USA pin with the tower. Climbing, specifically because Tokyo was the first Olympics to have rock climbing. I thought that Tokyo had a really cool mascot. So there's the mascot, another one a mascot. Drug testing pins, got tested by USADA as well as WADA there. So easy way to get pins is get drug tested. Cuba was a cool pin as well to pick up. India, New Zealand, Czech. I'm a sucker for the old school, very clean looking pins. Lithuania as well. Estonia, kind of going with some of the classic throwing countries. Netherlands, Japan Swimming Federation pin. Some of my favorite ones from the games in Tokyo would be this Hungary pin, was very cool. The fan for the Tokyo media pin, NBC media pin, that one is also one of my favorites. Spain, Sweden always has a very clean looking pin. Italy, Belgium, I think we about covered it. Australia has an awesome pin with their fighting kangaroo. So yeah, those were some of my favorites from Tokyo. Pretty much all of the pins from Tokyo. With everything going on in the Olympics, everyone was super stressed out. No one was really trading before the games or before they competed. So this was all like 2 days worth of trading as soon as I got done competing before I had to leave. So I got a respectable collection, I would say. And now let's look at 2024. Went crazy on the pin trading this year. So I'm close on the journey to gold pins. I'm missing one and it's bothering me. So nobody knew until this Olympics that the pins we've been getting for the past 3 years actually came together and meant something. So we have Eugene 2022 World Champs, Budapest 2023 World Champs, and Paris 2024 Olympics in a middle journey to gold rectangle, and they actually make an oval track-ish shaped mega pin, but I am missing one of them. I don't even know what it looks like. I guess it's just a journey to gold, and it's like a bluish pin. If anybody has one that they want to trade, let me know. I'm on the lookout for my fifth to complete the set. This is the 2024 pin collection. It was a good pin trading games. Yeah, I definitely saw it kind of working firsthand. Hampton was one that I traded pins with, and he was all in on the pin trading. But you could see for some of the athletes it was great because it just gave them an outlet. And without the pin trading in the village, it's so easy to get locked in and focused on your routine and what you're doing. But pin trading makes you engage with people from all over the world. As I go through, you'll see there's some cool ones. Mostly USA pins over here. A few of my favorites are in the front. Right here are these three. Pretty cool set of media pins. They're the NBC pins. So the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, and the Arch. 2 China pins right here. China has very cool pins. Mexico had awesome pins this year. Sombrero with the mustache on the Eiffel Tower. Grenada, Macedonia, Thailand, Armenia, Canada with the moose, Montenegro, Madagascar. That was one I was after for a bit. Got Peru, Mongolia, Georgia. It's a cool one because I traded with the group that Lasha was with when I first saw him in the village. Got that from Lasha's training group. So that's what makes pin trading cool, is because you don't know who you're gonna get certain pins from. We've got Angola, Brazil with their same mascot from 2016, but this year standing next to the Eiffel Tower. Panama as well, the black on gold. Then you get into some media pins, like I did an interview with KXAN Austin, and they had Olympic pins made, as well as KNWA Northwest Arkansas Olympic pin. New Zealand, the classic fern on a black background. France. Right here we got Germany, and this is what I was talking about, where you don't know who you're going to meet. The USATF pins weren't particularly popular because it's just USA track and field, and internationally it's more athletics. And so I ended up trading one for a German Handball Federation pin. Then they were we were commiserating about not having the most popular pins, but we'll finish out this side. Dominica, I believe won their first Olympic gold in a presentation box. German Olympic pin, as well as the Saudi pin comes in its own presentation box. Very cool as well. Couple Minions pins that I thought were cool. Team USA GOAT pin, kind of cool. USA Wrestling, very cool pin. Traded with Sha'Carri Richardson for it, so also it's who you get the pins from that's kind of makes the memory as well. USA Breaking pin. I know breaking was a little controversial this year, but with it being the only Olympics that will most likely have breaking, cool to get a Team USA breaking pin. USA weightlifting, awesome pin right here. Getting into some of my favorites, Colombia had a couple awesome pins. The Colombian coffee, as well as the hat. Chinese Taipei had some really cool ones. The boba pin was very sought after. Canada, once again, awesome pins this year. Eiffel Tower, Canada Maple Leaf pin, and the Campfire were very, very difficult to find. Each athlete only had one to trade. So that was a cool pickup. I think one of my all-time favorites, again, Cayman Islands 2024. Sea turtle, everybody wants a Cayman Islands. And my pride and joy is Belize. They only had one athlete at the games, and so it was hard to find a Belize pin. We found it on the second to last day. Peyton Otterall and myself both did. So that one is definitely my pride and joy of this Olympic Games. Lesotho had a cool crocodile pin. Cabo Verde, also very cool. The goal is to make a shadow box, coffee table, and kind of display them all and have them out. The reason I have them still in the bags is because when you travel, they get beat up and kind of wear the labels off. So a lot of them I actually put back in the bags and just haven't taken them out. But want to eventually have them all on display, because I feel like of everything at the Olympics, uniforms, medals, all of it, I think the pins are honestly more important to me. They have way more Olympic memories than just the medal. So definitely was a lot of fun this time. Peyton Otterall, myself, Ashley Kovacs got involved. There was a lot of people out there trading pins. Thanks for following along, guys. Making a little technical change, trying to find a little more rhythm, trying to be able to throw far without feeling like I have to smash the ball, which is what this year has kind of been like. Throwing with the injury, it felt like I had to have a certain level of intensity to make the ball go far, because I was very tentative. I feel like I've been throwing small, so to say, like protecting the elbow. And so trying to find some rhythm, trying to find some fluidity in the throw. Pretty big technical change in the works right now. We'll see how it sticks, but it's looking really promising. So it's funny to come off winning the Olympics and make a major technical change. But in the interest of throwing further and throwing further for longer, we're going to give it a shot, and I'm excited. Anytime I make a big change, it makes things interesting. So follow along in these upcoming meets. Don't know how much YouTube will be able to do. Probably try and pre-film a little bit, but follow along on social media. And once again, thank you to our channel sponsors, Thorn. Link is in bio if you create an account or have ever made an account. If you buy anything, that goes to supporting the channel. So thank you for those Thorn supporters. For those people that are getting ready to start fall training, good luck. Lay the foundation right now and throw some bombs come springtime. But thanks everybody. Have a great day.